Hi everyone, it's Daniel here from Developer at the Dock, and today in this video we're going to be looking at how we pass our contact information to the thank you page once they have completed one of our opt-in forms. So basically what we're looking at doing here is being able to provide them with an easy way to complete a second form in this example. So here what I've done is I've created one form, and this would be the first form on the website. So this would be subscribe for email updates, put the email and full name in. When they hit submit, that's going to take them through to the thank you page. And in that thank you page, there is another form down here. Now, I've just set this up nice and simply, just quick and easy, just to give you an example. And what we're going to do further on in this video is remove the full name and the email fields completely, so that we're just left with a button for the customer to click. The reason that we're going to remove the fields is because just having the button on the website rather than having the fields once they've already filled that information in, it makes sense. It's common sense they don't need to see that the full name is the same as what they typed in before, and they don't need to see that the email address is the same as what they typed in before. So in this example, what I've just done is I've said that they've subscribed to email updates, and here I'm offering them the option to get a free PDF guide to whatever it is that they're offering. So in this case, obviously, you want to make sure that goes to the same person as opted in, so we'd remove these fields. So first of all, to do this, we obviously need two forms. So if we go to our forms in ActiveCampaign, we can see that we've got our first form, subscribe, and then our thanks opt-in, which is the form on this page here that I've just embedded using the ActiveCampaign plugin for WordPress. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we actually make this happen. So if we go to our first form, so the subscribe for email updates form, go into options, you'll see that I changed the on submit to open URL. Instead of being show thank you, it's now open URL. The URL is for my website, developeratthedock.co.uk/opt-in thanks. And then as you can see here, we have a few name and value pairs. So we have full name equals, and then the custom tag for full name. And then we have an ampersand followed by email equals, and then the custom tag for email. Now to find these tags, what you want to do is go into your email builder, and where you have the customization options or merge field options, you'll just click on email or click on full name or first name, and just add that into the email, copy and paste that into your notes on your computer, and that's where you'll get these tags from. So those tags are used all across ActiveCampaign, and you can use them in URLs as well, although it's not kind of shown to you. This is kind of something that you wouldn't normally learn from ActiveCampaign that I'm showing you now. Okay, so when you're sending a full name through, you'll just want to put full name, or one word, or lowercase. And when you're sending the email through, you just want to put email, lowercase, in there as well. So once you've done that, as I showed you before, the customer will fill in their information, they'll hit submit, they'll then be sent through to the opt-in thanks page. At this point, this form, which is this one here, sub thanks opt-in, you can then have that just show a thank you message, or you can say that you perhaps want it to send them to another URL, perhaps, whatever it is that you want them to go ahead and do. So in this case, what I'm going to show you now, so that's basically that's the basics of making this happen, sending the information through to the thank you page. If you've got any questions on that at all, or if it isn't working for you for any reason, give me a shout on the Facebook group. I'll be more than happy to have a look into it for you, find out what's going on, and give you any advice, because it may be that it's just one or two characters out of place in the URL that you're trying to use. If you want to watch on, I'm going to now show you how to remove these fields, so how to hide them on your website, and how to find the relevant information for that as well. So there is a little bit of reading code in there, but it really is very, very simple. So what we're first going to do is go up to Customize on the top bar of WordPress. I'm using X Pro, so that's just booting up the customizer for me here. Now what I'm going to do is go to Custom and Global CSS. Now I've done this before already, and what I'm going to do is to show you what I mean by hide the fields. So I'm just going to take those two out there. And as you can see, we've still got the submit button, but we haven't got the first name title or field, and we haven't got the email address field now either. The data is still there on the page, and the URL will still work in passing the information through. But it's much nicer for a customer to just have to click a button rather than even seeing that a form has been completed. They don't first of all, they don't need to know that they're submitting another form. They don't need to see that the information is there because it is correct. It's what they already put in on the other page. So to do this, I'm just going to edit that code out of there. What you're going to do is you're going to come across and right click on the field and go down to inspect. I'm using Google Chrome, by the way. And as you can see, what that's done, if I just scroll down a bit, is that's showing us the actual input field. So input type is text. The name is full name, which is to do with your URL as well, if you remember saying full name, all lowercase, all one word, and then followed by the tag. Okay. But what we actually want is a couple of levels up. So you see these small arrows. What we want here is this one. And what you actually want within class, you can see that there's form element. We don't want that one. What we want is the X196, and yours might be different. It'll be _X and then a number. It'll be a unique number. So to get that, just go ahead and copy that. Okay, so you're going to copy. And then in your CSS editor, it might look a little bit different. You're going to put a full stop, and then you're going to paste that number in. And you're going to do the same for email as well. Now, before you put the one for email in, you're going to put a comma in, as you can see down here. So we've got, if I just remove these forward slashes. So we have the full stop, and then we have the class that we've just copied. We then have a comma, followed by another full stop, followed by the class of the email field that we have copied. So and then all we do inside that is display, then a colon, and then the word none, and then a semicolon. And that's going to remove all of those fields for you. Now if I just publish that to my website and then come out of here. Okay, so you can see now this is the live version of the site. If I just pull down this, you can see up here in the URL we have full name equals Daniel and email equals Daniel R. This %40 is the HTML kind of code for the @ symbol, developer.co.uk. So to show you that this does work, that it will still continue to work even without the forms there, here we go. We're just going to submit that, and as you can see, I've left it on message for that one. Thanks for signing up, but you can change that message to whatever you like. To say, right, your PDF is on its way to you. That'll all be sorted out there. So I think you'll agree with me though that that's a much better, much nicer way to lay that out, especially if it is a second form on your website. If you are using a form that has more options, so perhaps you want to collect their first name and their email address, but you also want to ask them more about their interests, for example, you can still hide the first name and the email fields, but show the rest of the information. So that's good for when perhaps sometimes you want a two-part form, or there is two parts where first part is quite basic information, and then if they want to, they can give you more information about themselves on the second form. Obviously, at that point, they don't need to see their name or their email address because they've already given that to you in step 1. Okay, again, if there's any questions at all about it, if it isn't quite working on your website, send me the link to the page. Send me the URL that you're trying to use as well. So send me the link to the thank you page opt-in form, so this page here. Send me the link to your first form, and then send me the URL as it is with all the % signs in there and everything else, so exactly as you're trying to use it. Okay. and then I'll be able to have a look at that and tell you where it's going wrong. It will work for everyone, undoubtedly. Trying it yourself, hopefully you'll be able to get your head around the CSS. It is pretty simple and straightforward. I'll paste below the video the CSS for this, although your classes, the underscore X and then the random number, will be different on your account. So you'll just have to be aware of that when you're doing it. Alright, any questions, do let me know in the Facebook group. More than happy to help. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.